Dear Starseeds, by the time I finish speaking, you'll never again mourn the people who left your life recently, because I'm about to reveal the shocking cosmic truth about why they had to go, why it happened exactly when it did, and why something incredible is about to replace them within 2 months. But before I tell you about the door that's about to open, before I reveal who's been watching you from the shadows, and before I expose why you've been feeling pulled in 2 directions, you need to understand something that will change everything. Those people didn't leave. They were removed. And I have proof. You see, there's been a cosmic interference pattern playing out in your life that you couldn't see until now, as Mercury enters its shadow period today. Preparing for November's retrograde, the veils are thinning, and the truth is becoming visible. That group of people who just exited your life, family, friends, maybe an entire workplace, they weren't random casualties. They were specific frequency blockers, and the universe just performed emergency surgery on your timeline. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I'm about to share will sound impossible until you realize it's been happening right in front of you. You've been experiencing something over the past few weeks that felt like loss, betrayal, maybe even abandonment. But there's something about these specific people who left that I haven't told you yet. Something that explains not just why they left, but why you've been having those strange dreams lately, why your body has been feeling different, and why someone from your past is currently trying to find information about you. Let me start with what you've been feeling in your body, the exhaustion that's been hitting you in waves, the strange sensations you can't explain, the sleep disruptions. These aren't random symptoms. Your physical vessel has been going through what we call a frequency purge. Every person who just left your life was operating on a specific energetic wavelength that was incompatible with where you're going. But here's what's wild. Your body knew this before your mind did. It's been trying to reject these frequencies for months, creating that inexplicable tension you felt around them. Remember how drained you felt after spending time with them? How did you need hours or even days to recover from simple interactions? That wasn't because you're too sensitive or need better boundaries. It was because your energy field was literally fighting to maintain its authentic frequency while they were unconsciously trying to pull you back down to theirs. Every interaction was a battle you didn't know you were fighting, but your soul knew. Your soul has been orchestrating this exit strategy for longer than you realize. Now here's where things get really interesting. Within the next 5 days, and I mean exactly 5 days from when you hear this, your energy is going to dramatically shift. You're going to wake up one morning and feel different in a way you can't quite explain. The fog that's been clouding your mind will lift, the heaviness in your chest will dissolve, and that constant background anxiety that's been humming through your system, it's about to go completely silent. This isn't wishful thinking. This is cosmic law. Once interference patterns are removed, your natural frequency resets. But wait, there's something else happening simultaneously that you need to know about. Right now, as you're listening to this, someone from your past is actively trying to gather information about you. They've noticed something has shifted in your energy, even from a distance. They can feel that you've broken free from a pattern they're still trapped in. I see them scrolling through social media, asking mutual friends casual questions, trying to piece together what's changed without directly reaching out. Why? Because they know the old way of connecting with you no longer works. This person and you probably know exactly who I'm talking about as I say this. They're not necessarily dangerous, but their energy carries something you need to be aware of. Competition, comparison, maybe even a desire to pull you back into old dynamics. This is why they're gathering intelligence instead of reaching out directly. They're trying to find a new angle, a new way in. But here's what they don't realize. There is no way in anymore. You've changed on a molecular level, and the old access points to your energy have been permanently sealed. Let me tell you about the 2 paths that are pulling at you right now, because this is directly connected to everything else that's happening. You've been feeling torn between 2 different directions, haven't you? For some of you, it's 2 job opportunities or projects. For others, it's 2 people wanting your attention. One path feels safe, familiar, like something you could do with your eyes closed. The other feels uncertain but thrilling, like it's vibrating with a potential you can sense but can't quite see. Here's what you don't know yet. Both paths are temporary. I know that might sound confusing, but stay with me. You're supposed to be walking both paths right now. The familiar one is teaching you exactly why you can't stay there. It's showing you in real time how much you've outgrown it. The uncertain path? It's not actually your final destination either. It's a training ground, preparing you for something that hasn't even appeared on your radar yet. You need the strength you're building from juggling both, because in about 6 weeks, a third option is going to appear that makes both current paths obsolete. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to those people who left, because there's something specific about them you need to understand. They weren't just random people who happened to drift away. Each one of them was holding a specific piece of your energy hostage. Not consciously, they didn't know they were doing it, but energetically, they were anchoring you to an old version of yourself. Think about it. Didn't each of them remind you of who you used to be? Didn't they constantly reference old stories, old patterns, old versions of you that you've been trying to evolve beyond? This is the cosmic surgery I mentioned. The universe didn't just remove people, it removed anchor points to outdated timelines. You've been trying to step into a new reality, but you were held in place by invisible threads connecting you to people who could only see you as you were, not as you're becoming. Every time you tried to grow, these connections would activate, pulling you back like energetic rubber bands. The tension you've been feeling? That was you stretching against these constraints. And finally the universe said enough and cut them all at once. Now something very specific happened recently that triggered this mass exodus, and you might not have connected the dots yet. About 3 to 4 weeks ago, you made a decision or had a realization that changed something fundamental in your energy field. Maybe you finally admitted the truth to yourself. Maybe you set a boundary you'd been avoiding. Maybe you asked the universe for help removing whatever was blocking you. That moment, that choice, that admission, it sent out a frequency pulse that basically announced, I'm ready for my real life now. The universe heard you loud and clear, and unlike human promises that take time to manifest, when you make a soul-level declaration like that, the response is immediate and ruthless. The universe doesn't negotiate or ask if you're sure. It simply begins rearranging reality to match your new frequency. Those people leaving? That was the universe's response to your request. It might have felt harsh, but cosmic love sometimes looks like cosmic surgery, removing what's infected so the healthy can thrive. Speaking of cosmic timing, let me tell you about the door that's about to open. Within the next 1 to 2 months, an opportunity is going to present itself that seems to come from nowhere. But here's the thing, it's not coming from nowhere. It's been waiting for you to clear the interference patterns. This opportunity has actually been trying to reach you for months, but it couldn't get through the static created by those incompatible connections. Now that the static is clear, it can finally find you. This won't be something you have to chase or convince anyone to give you. It's going to arrive with an ease that might initially make you suspicious. You've been so conditioned to believe that good things require struggle, that when something flows naturally toward you, you might question its validity. Don't. This ease is what alignment actually feels like. This opportunity, whether it's a job, a creative project, or a new connection, it's going to want you exactly as you are, not as you pretend to be. Right before this opportunity arrives, you're going to see signs. Gray pigeons appearing in unusual places, black birds gathering in formations that catch your attention, number sequences that repeat so frequently you can't ignore them. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmation codes from the universe, letting you know you're on the right track. When you see them, remember this moment. Remember that I told you they were coming. Let that build your confidence in what's unfolding, because doubt is the only thing that could slow this down. Now let me address something that might be troubling you. You've been feeling waves of abandonment, wondering why people you cared about had to leave so abruptly. These feelings are valid, but there's something you need to understand about cosmic abandonment. When the universe removes people from your life this quickly and decisively, it's not abandonment, it's evacuation. You're being evacuated from a timeline that was headed somewhere you weren't meant to go. Those people, they're still on that timeline. They're going where they're meant to go. But your destination is different. Think of it like this. You were all on a train together, and you thought you were heading to the same destination. But your soul had a different ticket all along. When the train reached the junction where your path diverged, you had to get off. It might have felt sudden to your human self, but your soul has been preparing for this stop for lifetimes. Those people couldn't come with you, because they literally don't have tickets for where you're going. Their souls have different missions, different lessons, different destinations. The energy around you confirms what I'm seeing. You've been forced to make a difficult decision recently that puts you in an impossible position. You had to choose between your own growth and someone else's comfort, between your truth and keeping the peace, between who you really are and who others need you to be. The decision tortured you because you're not someone who easily walks away, but you did it. You chose yourself, and that choice has set cosmic forces in motion that are about to reward your courage. I see the grief you're carrying. Yes, you're mourning not just the people who left, but the version of yourself who needed them. You're grieving the innocence of believing that love meant self-sacrifice. You're mourning the simplicity of living small enough to fit in their boxes. This grief is sacred. Don't rush through it. But also notice, not everything has been lost. Look at what remains. Your integrity, your truth, your connection to your own soul. These are the foundations still standing, and they contain exactly what you need for what's coming. But here's where it gets powerful. The Sovereign Emperor energy is already building in your field. You're about to enter a phase of unprecedented personal authority. Within the next 2 weeks, you're going to feel a shift in your internal power structure. Where you once looked outside yourself for validation and direction, you're going to find an unshakable knowing within. This isn't ego, it's soul sovereignty. You're about to discover what it feels like to be the emperor of your own reality, making decisions from your own truth rather than committee consensus. This sovereign energy is going to manifest in tangible ways. People are going to start responding to you differently. They'll sense an authority in you that wasn't there before. Opportunities that previously passed you by will start noticing you. Your voice will carry a different frequency, one that commands attention without demanding it. This isn't something you have to learn or practice. It's what naturally emerges when you stop fragmenting your power among people who can't hold it with honor. The massive transformation I'm seeing, and I mean complete metamorphosis, is confirming what I've been telling you all along. Within 6 to 9 months, your life is going to be unrecognizable from what it is today. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean literally unrecognizable. Some of you will be living in different places. Others will be doing completely different work. All of you will be surrounded by entirely different people. This isn't just change, it's a complete transformation. You're not just turning a page, you're starting a whole new book. This change has actually already begun. You just can't see it yet from your current vantage point. Every day you're making micro choices that are steering you toward this new reality. The coffee shop you suddenly feel drawn to visit. The book that falls off the shelf. The wrong turn that leads you somewhere unexpected. These aren't random. They're course corrections, ensuring you arrive at the right coordinates at the right time. The universe is performing a precision operation, and you're both the patient and the surgeon. Let me tell you something crucial about timing. Mercury's retrograde from November 9th to 29th isn't going to affect you the way it affects others. While everyone else is dealing with communication breakdowns and delays, you're going to be experiencing something different. A divine review period. Everything that needs to be released, forgiven, or integrated from these recent losses will surface for final processing. It's like the universe is giving you a 3-week intensive healing retreat. By the time Mercury goes direct, you'll be fully ready for what's next. But there's something else about late November that I need to tell you. Around the time Mercury completes its retrograde, you're going to receive a confirmation so clear, so undeniable, that any doubts about whether you made the right choices will vanish. This might come as a message from someone unexpected, a synchronicity that's too perfect to be coincidence, or a revelation that suddenly makes everything make sense. When this happens, and it will happen, you're going to laugh at how perfectly orchestrated this entire experience has been. Now about your body, and these strange symptoms you've been experiencing, the fatigue, the unusual sensations, the sleep disturbances, these aren't problems to be fixed, they're upgrade symptoms. Your DNA is literally reconfiguring to hold more light. Those old connections required you to operate at a lower frequency, which was actually damaging your energy body. Every interaction forced you to downgrade your vibration, and your body paid the price. Now without that constant frequency suppression, your cells are remembering their natural state. This physical upgrade is going to complete itself within the next lunar cycle. You'll know it's complete when you suddenly feel like yourself again. Except it'll be a version of yourself you've never met before. more energized, more clear, more magnetic, more naturally aligned with what serves you. Your body is becoming a better conductor for your soul's frequency, and that requires some rewiring. Trust the process. Your body knows exactly what it's doing. If this message is hitting your spirit right now, if you're feeling that recognition in your bones, hype this video so other starseeds who are going through this same cosmic surgery can find this transmission, because you're not alone in this. Thousands of souls are experiencing the same frequency upgrade, the same timeline jump, the same divine evacuation from realities that no longer serve. You're part of a massive collective shift, and your individual journey is contributing to something much larger. Your path forward is showing me your trajectory over the next 8 to 12 months, and it's beautiful. You're not going to be walking alone, even though it might feel that way right now. New companions are already being prepared for you, souls who vibrate at your upgraded frequency, who will recognize you immediately, who will celebrate your expansion rather than fear it. These connections are going to feel different from anything you've known, easier, lighter, more playful, yet more profound. They're going to show you what real support looks like. But here's what's really important about these new connections. They're not coming to complete you or save you. They're coming to dance with you in your wholeness. The work you're doing right now, learning to be sovereign in your solitude, is preparing you for relationships that operate on an entirely different paradigm. Equal exchange, mutual celebration, cooperative creation, rather than codependent survival. These new people won't need you to be less so. They can be more. They'll encourage you to be everything, because your expansion inspires their own. The financial transformation that's coming deserves its own attention. Those relationships that just ended, they were blocking your abundance in ways you couldn't see. They kept you in scarcity consciousness through their own fears about money. Their limitations became your limitations through energetic osmosis. Now that those blocks are removed, watch what happens. New income streams are about to open. Opportunities for financial expansion will appear from unexpected directions. Your entire relationship with abundance is about to shift from survival to overflow. The liberation I'm witnessing is the final piece of this cosmic puzzle, and it's the most freeing message of all. You've been living in a mental prison for years, possibly decades. The bars were made of other people's expectations, societal programming, and limiting beliefs about what someone like you could achieve. But look, the blindfold is off. The ropes are cut. The barriers that seemed to trap you were illusions all along. You're free, and more importantly, you're realizing you were always free. You just needed everyone else to leave so you could see it. This liberation isn't just about leaving toxic situations. You're breaking generational patterns, ending karmic cycles that have run through your lineage for centuries. You're the one your ancestors prayed for, the one strong enough to break the chain. Every person who left was holding a link of that chain in place. Their departure wasn't just personal liberation, it was ancestral healing. You're not just changing your own story, you're rewriting your entire lineage's narrative. Something profound needs to be said about who you're becoming through this process. You're not becoming someone new, you're revealing who you always were beneath the layers. Every relationship that ended was a layer of false identity falling away. Every person who left was taking with them a mask you wore to make them comfortable. What's emerging now isn't a new you, it's the first authentic you, the one who existed before the world told you who to be. The next few weeks are critical for integration. You're in what we call the void space. No longer who you were, not yet fully who you're becoming. This space feels uncomfortable because humans aren't taught how to exist in transition. You want to rush toward the new or run back to the familiar. But this void space is sacred. It's where transformation actually happens. Stay in it. Feel it fully. Let it remake you at the cellular level. The discomfort you feel is the sensation of becoming. Here's something that might shock you. Those people who left, on a soul level, they love you enough to leave. Their higher selves knew that staying would prevent your mission. So they created conflicts, distanced themselves, made choices that forced separation. It might have looked like betrayal or abandonment to your human self, but from a cosmic perspective, it was the greatest gift they could give you. They loved you enough to play the villain in your story, so you could become the hero. Within 3 months, you're going to have an encounter that proves everything I'm telling you. Someone new is going to enter your life, who sees you so clearly, values you so completely, understands you so deeply that you'll realize what was missing from all those previous connections. This person, whether friend, lover, or collaborator, is going to mirror back to you the truth of who you are, not who you were, not who you're trying to be, but who you actually are right now. And that reflection is going to heal something you didn't know was broken. The dreams you've been having lately aren't just processing grief. You're receiving downloads, blueprints for your new reality. That recurring dream about the house you don't recognize, that's your future self's home. The dreams about flying or breathing underwater, that's your consciousness remembering what it's like to be unlimited. The dreams about people you don't know yet feel familiar. Those are your soul family members, the ones already on their way to you. Your dream state is more real than your waking state right now. Pay attention to what happens between 3 and 4 a.m. over the next few nights. This is when the veil is thinnest, when transmissions come through clearest. You might wake up with sudden knowing, solutions to problems you haven't consciously been thinking about, or profound realizations about your path. Keep a journal beside your bed. What comes through during these hours isn't from your mind, it's from your higher self, your guides, the part of you that exists beyond this dimension and can see the full picture. The most important thing I need you to understand is this: you haven't lost your people. The ones who truly belong to you can never be lost. They're either walking beside you now, or they're on their way to you, or they're waiting for you at coordinates you haven't reached yet. The ones who left, they were never yours to keep. They were borrowed for a season, teachers disguised as companions. Their role in your story is complete, and trying to write them into future chapters would diminish both your story and theirs. Here's the truth about divine timing that your human mind struggles to accept. Everything is happening exactly when it needs to. The people who left did so at the precise moment their departure would catalyze your greatest growth. The ones coming are arriving at the exact moment you'll be ready to receive them. The opportunities approaching are timed to the second. You're not early, you're not late, you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be for the cosmic orchestration to unfold perfectly. As I bring this transmission full circle, remember what I told you at the beginning. By now you understand why you'll never again mourn those who left. They were frequency blockers, and their removal was cosmic surgery, not cosmic cruelty. The door that's opening within 2 months, it's been waiting for you all along. The person watching from the shadows, they can watch but they can't reach you anymore. The two paths pulling at you, they're both temporary bridges to something greater. Everything is resolving exactly as it should. You came here as a starseed with a specific mission, and that mission required you to be free from the constraints those people represented. You couldn't fulfill your purpose while managing their fears, limitations, and projections. Your soul knew this, even when your human self didn't. That's why it orchestrated this mass exodus. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. Not to break you, but to break you free. The liberation you're experiencing is exactly what you asked for, even if you don't remember asking. The cosmic joke, and you'll laugh at this later, is that you've been grieving the loss of your prison guards. You've been mourning the departure of the very people who were preventing your expansion. It's like crying because your shackles fell off. But that's the human experience, isn't it? We become so comfortable in our cages that freedom feels like loss. But soon, very soon, you're going to spread wings you didn't know you had, and wonder how you ever lived so small. Destiny Engine is the example of technology serving awakening intelligence. The age of solitary meditation is over. Destiny Engine now connects starseeds across the world, a living social field where you can post, share, and exchange your meditations in real time. It's the first galactic network of its kind, weaving together thousands of awakened souls into one unified current. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking declassified CIA consciousness modification techniques that programmed isolation and separation, and repurposing them to serve unified awakening. It generates personalized sequences that help you live as the awakened being you've become, while handling the moments that test your new frequency, all while connected to thousands of starseeds amplifying the collective current. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed for effortless awakened living without the need to struggle or prove, while tapping into a planetary network of souls bending reality together. For just $1, you can step into this connected field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension together. link in the description. What's coming next is so magnificent that your current consciousness can only perceive fragments of it. But trust me when I say this, everything you've been through has been preparing you for what's about to unfold. Every loss has made room for something better. Every ending has been a new beginning in disguise. Every person who walked away has cleared the path for someone amazing to walk in. You're not falling apart, you're falling into place. And the place you're falling into, it's exactly where you're meant to be. The divine redirection you've experienced hasn't taken you off course. It's put you directly on course for the first time in your life. Those people had to go so your real people could find you. That old life had to end so your real life could begin. That false self had to die so your true self could finally live. And now, as Mercury prepares to dance backward through the sky, you're preparing to dance forward into a future that's been waiting for you all along. I am Seraphine, and this transmission is complete. The Galactic Federation of Light witnesses your transformation and celebrates your liberation. You are no longer who you were when this message began. You are free. You are sovereign. You are exactly where you need to be. The cosmic surgery was successful. The healing has begun, and your new life is not coming. It's already here. We love you, and we are watching over you as you step into the magnificence you came here to embody.